and welcome to the All Things Sports Podcast. My name is Zach Bischoff, and I am here with.
Danny Shannon, sir.
Alright, it appears your audio is working correctly at this time. Alright, so today is I need to make a little bit of edits to Danny's image there. We will be talking about actually, before we get to any of that, we are getting, Danny, I am getting a small amount of feedback from you. So first, we will be talking about a couple little programming notes that I have for you. All right, the phone lines are open. So here is the phone number to contact us. It is not on the screen now, but it should be right now. There it is. 412-223-7078. Please call us, and we would love to take your calls. We just installed this new system a couple of episodes back, and we would love to hear from you. Next, we have our All Things Sports feedback form. We would like you to fill that out to give us your honest feedback, and that will be in the description following this production. It is not there right now. Alright, so now as I get the phone number off the screen and I cue the NHL playoffs, I'll cue the agenda first. Alright, now we'll be talking about the NHL, followed by the NBA, and the NFL, MLB, as usual, and then new to this for a limited time is the National Lacrosse League. I will now take you through the NHL playoffs. As you can see, as I very quickly scroll back up here, the Colorado Avalanche have advanced to the Stanley Cup Final. They won that series 4-0, and the Lightning and Rangers play this evening. The series is tied at 2 apiece. If you give me a moment, excuse me. Alright. Now, Danny, please give us your thoughts on the NHL playoffs so far.
Yeah, Zach. Obviously, fun to be doing another one of these live streams. But yeah, so obviously, big news since we've last spoken. The Colorado Avalanche have punched their ticket to a date with Stanley, so to speak, in the Stanley Cup. So that's exciting for Colorado Avalanche fans, and that fourth game really just confirmed. I knew Colorado was good. Obviously, they've shown it this whole playoff, but the way they were able to just come back from that 4-2 deficit that they faced so effortlessly, Zach. I just was like, they're my pick for the cup now, and I know I said Tampa was gonna try to make it through. I really think Colorado is the team to beat here, just because of their relentlessness, man. They were down 4-2, and then they get 3 goals in a matter of minutes to get it to 5-4. I think, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Obviously, if you're listening, call in. But I really think Cale Makar, Game 4, I think he solidified my vote as to him being one of the top 5 best players in the league. Because although he's a young star, he had 5 points. He had 5 points, man. Like that, and if you score 6 goals, if you're involved in 5 of those goals, man, you're doing something right. So,
excuse me.
I really think that, and I obviously feel for McDavid and Draisaitl and Evander Kane. Because here's the reality: is I think that it'll be interesting to see during Edmonton in the offseason, because I really think that they're going to have to make some moves regarding goaltending, especially when Mike Smith has just passed the prime. And I think they want to keep McDavid around. They have to add more support to him, because he's got Draisaitl Nugent Hopkins, Evander Kane. But Evander Kane's only signed a 1-year deal. And, I mean, can you think of, my point being in that whole spiel, just Edmonton needs more depth. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Because when you rely on so heavily on your top players, just when it gets the grueling quotes, I mean, guys with one, you see, it's no accident that the deepest teams, not necessarily the teams with the best players on them, but the deepest teams make the deepest runs because people are going to get hurt, people are going to be ineffective during time. I mean, it's the NHL playoffs. I mean, it just so depth is obviously a forefront concern for Edmonton. But yeah, I mean, I was just again really impressed with Colorado, and then switching gears here to the Eastern Conference Finals. So I believe game 5 is tonight. That's a pivotal game because it's been interesting to see. I mean, it's been back and forth, man. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I don't know about you, Zach.
I'm looking forward to watching it. I do want to get wrapped up here right before 8 o'clock. So hopefully we get to target about an hour with this podcast. And also, while I'm at it, the Stanley Cup Final preview show will be later next week. We will push out a date and time. Most likely will be around in the evening time. We will have our guest, Mr. Ethan Spazarski, back on to talk hockey. The show will be all hockey. We'll be looking to take your calls. We are going to be dedicating a segment to taking calls. So we really want you to call us. Again, the number. The number is right there. There it is. There's the phone number. Please write that down. Save it in your phone. Please contact us now. You were saying, Daniel?
Yeah, no, I really think, and don't quote me on this because obviously I'm not an NHL expert, but I think the winner of this game wins the series. I know that I said Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay's going to win tonight. I think they're going to win the series, but I feel like, I mean, people have been sleeping on New York, man. And my naive self, when we were up 3-1 against the Rangers, and lucky Louis Domingue was carrying us behind his spicy pork and broccoli dish. I thought everything was going to turn out great. I thought this was the year. This is the year we're going to get back to at least the conference finals. This is the year we're going to make a deep run. Well, don't I look dumb now? Because New York, man, I mean, they're young, they're scrappy. You know what I'm saying, Zach?
Correct. Yeah, it should be interesting to see. I still think my pick for the cup is my pick for the cup series rather, cup final is Colorado and Tampa. And that's going to do it. Go. Oh, I'm sorry. Proceed.
Because they just they win in different ways. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Because Colorado, I mean, they are very offensively focused, or offensively, that's where their guys are. And I mean, obviously they got McCarr, but he's more of an offensive defenseman. But I mean, I just
is that what he is? I didn't realize he was an offensive defenseman.
Oh, really, Zach?
No, I didn't know that. Anyway.
No, but yeah, because I think it'll be interesting to see the two not conflicting, but two opposite styles here. Because I mean, Colorado's goaltending has not been there, but they've been able to work through that problem with scoring a tremendous amount, and they won 6-5 the other night, and they won 8-6 in game 1. So, but then on the opposite side, I mean, Tampa Bay has got Vasilevsky, who's been near the top of the sport for a while, you know, and they got Hedman, they got, you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So I think I don't know how the games will go. I would assume for the first game, and this is how it always goes. Everybody who watches hockey knows this. For like the first game, everybody's filling each other out, and they kind of cancel each other out. So I think it'll be a low-scoring first game but I think over time, like teams are gonna both teams are gonna make their adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think this. I agree with you, Zach. I think the series will be Colorado and Tampa, and that's what I'm hoping for because that would just be a heck of a series.
All right. That is going to do it for the first segment of the All Things Sports podcast. And I failed to get my transitions on the screen. I was going to show you. Up next will be the NBA. Danny will be leading that segment.
You
And
want to do it, or
I'm sorry?
should we just go right into it, or are we taking a break?
We got to get a break.
All right.
We'll be right back right here on the All Things Sports podcast. 412-223-7078 is the number to call to get in contact with us and talk about sports. All things sports, as the name entitles. All right, and here we go. And the next segment, as discussed before, is the NBA. Danny is going to be leading that segment. So, Danny, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. Appreciate it, buddy. As Zach said, we'd love to hear from you guys. We want to cover what you guys want to hear. We are very audience driven. We want to entertain you guys and have fun while doing it. So that's the whole motto here. So anyway,
So, call us.
What do you say?
So, call us.
Yeah.
You know the number.
Zach is really, I like that, man. No, but anyway, so transitioning to the NBA here, it is a 2-1 series lead for the Boston Celtics. Now, the biggest news of Game 3 is Steph Curry's injury to his left foot. Now, as many of you know, he left the game in the fourth quarter due to that injury. He was diving for a loose ball, and Marcus Smart, I guess, I think stepped on or so it was a scrum, so it was kind of hard to tell. But Marcus Smart was involved in his Curry's injury, so many people have been, or all the Warriors fans are obviously holding their breath and hoping that he is back to 100% for Game 4. Now he's already said that he's going to play, which I mean that's an encouraging sign for the Warriors because especially against how good of a defense Boston is, you really need the greatest shooter of all time, obviously, to be in your corner here because now the one thing that is an interesting programming note, I guess, is that in all the past games have been 3 nights apart, so it's not every other like it is for hockey sometimes or whatever. It has been 3 nights apart, which is it gives guys the opportunity to heal up and rest. Well, lucky for Warriors fans, well, not so lucky. The game is actually tomorrow. The game four is actually tomorrow. So Steph Curry's got to kind of hurry that process along here. And I think if the Warriors, it's a must-win game for them. So, but it brings me to I guess my next point is like, it's important that he's going to play, but it's also important how healthy he can get, because I don't think he's going to be 100%. I mean, that's no, that's you can't expect that, especially coming off. I mean, he just played a game 24 hours ago, and he's got 24 hours before he plays another game. You know what I mean? So that's unrealistic. But if he can get to like, he has to be somewhat fun, because if he's not, and you know how this goes in any other sport, if a guy is struggling, and if a great player is struggling, and obviously struggling, good teams will target that great player. And obviously, Steph Curry's a great shooter, but he's not a great defender. So they're gonna, if he's not 100%, I just think they target Curry to begin with his defense, because his defense isn't very good. But they're gonna keep targeting Curry if they know he's at a disadvantage. And I mean, when you get the stifling defense as the Boston Celtics do, I mean, number one ranked in the regular season, and you got the Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart, on your team, it's going to be tough sledding. So the Warriors obviously need Curry to come back, but Klay Thompson had 25 points the last game. Andrew Wiggins needs to do more. Draymond Green needs to do more. He can't keep getting all these technicals, man, because I know that's how he plays, and I love the way he plays, but he's got to really settle down, because Boston's going to look to kind of they look to get under his skin. They look to get him riled up. So he's got to realize that, and hopefully he can calm his temper down a little bit, because I think that'll help the Warriors. But long story short, it all kind of, I think the outcome of the game tomorrow depends on how healthy Curry is. So it'll be interesting to watch. I'm going to pick the Warriors to win the next game, but I really think that Boston is going to take the series, just because they have so much. I feel like their just defense has been so good. So there's that.
Oh, right. Great insight, Daniel. As you can see, I've placed the phone number on Danny's screen as well as my screen, so we really want you to call if you have not gotten that message already. All right, now our next segment, we are going to jump right into it, is going to be the NFL. So, Danny, would you please? I'll lead this.
You got it.
I'll lead. All right. All right. So we are going to talk about how we talked about this on episode 8. The fact that was it Kevin Colbert, or not Kevin Colbert? He's retired now. Somebody, I think it was Matt Canada, that said that Kenny Pickett is only getting third team reps. Your thoughts, Daniel?
I see where Canada is coming. However, I do not like it, because he's a first round draft pick. We could have. I mean, we have a first round grade on him. I mean, a lot of people didn't. A lot of people had him the third and fourth best ranked quarterback in the draft class. Now, I obviously, I'm a Pitt fan. I'm glad we took him, but I think he's got to get experience. I mean, and especially, I feel like Rudolph is kind of mucking this whole situation up. You know what I'm saying, Jack?
Yeah, he is. I think we need to get rid of Rudolph. I said back in episode 1, before we were even live streaming. Hell, that's when we were using Zoom to do these. Now we use OBS. But yeah, I think we need to cut Rudolph. I think his time in the city is done, and I think that we need to give the fresh blood a chance to get in there and get on the gridiron a little bit.
Right, because I mean, Rudolph. We know that Rudolph is not going to be a long-term solution, and I think Pickett is a better alternative to Rudolph in the short term. So it is. I understand that they're trying to keep Rudolph happy, but like if Trubisky, let's say, let me play out a scenario for you, Zach, and you can tell me what you think.
Oh
If
God.
if Trubisky starts week one, which I think he will, and I'm not against that because Kenny Pickett's a rookie. That's a lot to ask from a rookie. Although he is pretty, he is on the older side, considering that I think he's like 25, because he took an extra year of college, I believe. But anyway, if let's say Trubisky starts week one and he stinks, like we're playing, who do we? I don't know who we play week one, but we're playing a decent team, and Trubisky just stinks. He throws. He's got 12 yards. He's 1 for 7 passing. And he's got 2 INTs. Mike Tomlin is going to have to make a decision. He's got Rudolph and he's got Pickett. Rudolph is, from my point of view, Rudolph has had his time to shine here, and he hasn't gotten it done. But so, what do you think, Zach? Like, you have to go with Pickett, right? Am I crazy or?
Yes, I think you do have to go to Pickett. I need to stop
Why?
my screen. Hang on. Oh, there we go. All right. My had transition issues again. But yes, I think we do need to go with Pickett. If that situation does happen, I think that Pickett needs a chance. I mean, he's went to college in this town for 4 years, so he knows the lay of the land. He's played at Heinz Field.
Right.
So I think that he
That's
needs to.
has, you know what I mean?
What's up? Sorry.
That's the advantage Pickett has because a lot of guys, I mean, come in for if you're let's say like Tua, like he came from Alabama, right?
Yeah.
And I get Alabama's a pro style offense or whatever, but he went from Alabama to Miami, and that's just a shift, you know. Like that's a new environment. You got new teammates. Pickett's seen these guys in the facility, so I think that'll help him.
Yeah, he's been around the facility before. Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see what happens there.
What is your after hearing all of this and seeing all of our it's been I would say not a low key off season but not a super high key off season. But after we're getting into mini camp and then in the summer we got training camp. What is your record prediction right now, Zach?
Record prediction.
Is it changed?
Let me grab the schedule. Give me
I'm curious.
a moment.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot there, but
Yes. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. We are not counting preseason.
we have the easiest preseason in the history of the NFL.
Yes.
Too. We play the Lions and the Commanders, right, Zach?
Lions, Jaguars, and Seahawks.
Oh,
Not in that order. And then all right, Steelers, Bengals, close loss. Patriots, not a blowout win, but more than 10 points win.
mm-hmm.
Browns loss, Jets win, Bills loss, Buccaneers loss, Dolphins win, Eagles win, Saints loss, Bengals close win, Colts loss, Falcons win, Ravens overtime win,
Oh, there it is, buddy.
Panthers Panthers win, Raiders loss, Ravens win, and Browns loss.
I was not keeping track. But it seems as though
For the record, I don't think they're gonna have a losing season, but it can happen. Like this schedule, our strength of schedule is not good.
right, yeah. I mean, we got a tough matchup here, and it seems it seems like you have, and I get a lot of people have, like we have a lot of tough games. Like we play the Bills, the Buccaneers, we got to play the Ravens twice. So we have a tough schedule, but there's a ton of games that I feel like are just gonna be so close. Like a ton of games that we can win, and that is the issue with the Steelers. Like that's been the Steelers' kryptonite, because I feel as though getting all scientific here. I feel as though
Ooh.
I feel as though the Steelers always kind of play down to their opponents, and if we want to make that next step, and if we want to, we're always so close. You know what I'm saying, Zach? But we never, like, when the playoffs rolls around, we get cold feet, and it's just like the same stuff over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
We have to. We gotta. I can't take another Boswell field goal in the last 6 seconds from like 45 yards out to prevent us from losing the
Seahawks in overtime.
Right, exactly.
Like like 1 a.m. in the morning.
Right. Let's put it away here, please. Like we do
on
not.
A school night too.
What did you say?
On a school night too. That was Sunday night.
Yeah, and we do not need. Well, here's what we don't need. We do not need our playoff situation to come down to. We do not need to be sitting up.
All right, listen. All right, I got it. We do not need our playoff scenario to be Steelers win and Jaguars win and blah blah blah.
I forgot about that, man, because it's just brewing. My blood pressure is probably not too good. Well, I mean, it might be good now, but it is not good during football season.
No,
because I am always stressing, Zach. I'm tired of stressing.
And more power to the people that listen to these games on the radio, because then you'd be holding your steering wheel, for white knuckle driving. But all right, that's going to do it for the NFL segment. We are going to take a quick intermission. We will then be back to talk about Major League Baseball and the National Lacrosse League playoffs and finals. We will see you on the other side of the break once again. 412-223-7078. That is the number. Please call us, and we'll get to your calls after the break. We'll see you right back here on the All Things Sports Podcast. 412-223-7078. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Call All Things Sports right now. All right. That's a very poor attempt at trying to solicit phone calls. And that number also accepts voicemails. Leave us a voicemail, and we will play it on the show. We also might also incorporate that into the recordings. We will venture down that path as we get them. Well, the only way we can do that is if you call us. Alright, so script. Alright, we will be doing a shortened MLB segment. Actually, wait. No, we're actually going to skip the MLB segment. We are going to jump right to the National Lacrosse League, unfortunately, due to time constraints, unforeseen time constraints. All right. So the National Lacrosse League, Danny, I understand that you watch a little bit more of that than I do. So please take the people through it.
Yeah, I mean, here, full disclosure, right? Zach is a super intense. Well, I don't know how. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but from what I understand and from what Zach has told me, Zach is a very he watches a lot of outdoor lacrosse.
Yes.
Now, I want to watch more of that. It's an up and coming sport that
You have ESPN Plus. Watch it.
Yes. It's very, very intriguing to me, and I want to watch it more. But so I am just let me. So it's about I don't know 10:30 on a Saturday night, right? So I got nothing going on, so I'm scrolling through the ESPN app, and I see NLL Colorado Mammoth versus Buffalo Bandits. And I'm like, okay, this sounds interesting. It is I'm not sure what it is basically indoor lacrosse, and you have a less players than outdoor lacrosse. It might be 6 or 7, and it is just, it is back and forth, man. So I guess the Buffalo Bandits won game 1, 17-16 or 18-17. I'm not sure, but I was on the edge of my seat, man, because there's always something happening. I mean, there's things that are similar to the from the outdoor game to the indoor game, but there's also it's a whole different ballgame. I mean, it just you come down and I really enjoy watching it, and I obviously I want to watch more outdoor lacrosse because that's fun to watch as well. But so we got the finals. I think game 2 of that series. I think it's best of 3 series, and Buffalo won that game. Game 1, I believe. Game 2 is on Saturday at 9:30 or something. On ESPN.
8.
Oh, it's on.
It's moved to 8. Yes.
See, this is why Zach is my time guy. Zach always knows what's up.
Oh yeah. I can tell you, we've been streaming for 39 minutes and 56 seconds.
There it is.
But anyway, yeah. So I would describe indoor lacrosse as more like hockey, as far as the penalties that are called. So in outdoor lacrosse, you have 30-second technicals and a whole bunch of stuff like that. And with hockey, it's 2-minute minors, all that, Mm-hmm. So it's more like hockey.
Right. Yeah. It's hockey without skates.
Right. Basically roller hockey.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look and see what else we got on the script here, and then we're not doing predictions, so that will do it for this episode of the All Things Sports podcast. Please tune in next week as we bring on Mr. Ethan Spazarski onto the Stanley Cup Final preview show. We will be taking your calls. We will have a call segment, so please get your calls in and get your voicemails in so we can play them on the show. We have a action-packed, well, not action-packed, but we have a fun evening planned for all of you, our loyal listeners as well. We know you're out there, and we know you're always listening to us. I look at the analytics. Um, so we will talk to you soon right here on the All Things Sports Podcast.